The first drop of wine was not poured in France or Italy. It was born deep in the heart of a forgotten mountain. Thousands of eons ago, people here raised their glasses to toasts to gods the world no longer remembers. The land still smells of grapes, and there are many more mysteries. Its story is only just beginning to unfold. And this is Armenia, where history began long before the world saw it. Long before Christianity became the religion of empires, it became the soul of a nation. In the year 301, high in the mountains of the Caucasus, Armenia did what no other kingdom dared. It declared Christianity its state faith. Under the rule of King Tigranes III, and through the conviction of Saint Grigor the Illuminator, ancient people turned from the worship of fire and gods of war to a single cross of light. This decision reshaped not only their faith, but their identity. It gave birth to the Armenian Apostolic Church, one of the oldest, most enduring branches of Christianity, standing apart from Rome and Byzantium alike. "17 centuries later, the spirit of that choice still breathes through the stones of Etchmiadzin, the world's first cathedral. Here, faith isn't a relic of the past, it's the foundation of the art, language, and spirit that have carried Armenia through the centuries." The longest cable car in the world. They call it the Road to Heaven, a path that monks once walked, now reborn as a straight line through the Armenian sky. More than just a ride, this is an extraordinary experience. An engineering marvel officially recognized by Guinness World Records as the longest non-stop reversible aerial tramway on the planet. Spanning 3.5 miles, Wings of Tatev connects the peaceful village of Khndzoresk with the majestic Tatev Monastery, a powerful emblem of faith and intellect. Imagine the sensation of gliding through the air, soaring over 1,000 feet above the deep Voronezh Gorge. Each moment unfolds into a vivid panorama, revealing breathtaking views of ancient cliffs and lush landscapes, making this one of the most breathtaking aerial journeys on Earth. The wings of Tatev doesn't just bridge geographical distances, it's a conduit through time itself. It symbolizes a vibrant resurgence of Armenia's religious and cultural heritage, bringing you closer than ever before to the undying spirit of the sacred Tatev region. Before vineyards covered Europe, a small cave in Armenia held the secret of the world's first wine. Discovered near the quiet village of Areni in the southern region of Vayotsk. This ancient winery dates back more than 6,000 years. Inside, archaeologists uncovered clay vats, fermentation basins, and even the shriveled remains of wild grapes, all perfectly preserved in the cool darkness of Areni-1 Cave. It is the earliest known evidence of organized winemaking on Earth, proof that long before Rome or Greece, people here were already making something sacred from the soil. Even today, Armenian winemakers still draw from the same rugged highlands, where hot summers and cool mountain nights give their wines a distinctive, time-honored character. To drink from these lands is to sip from history itself, from the very place where humanity first raised a glass to the gods. The soul of the Armenian people. From the wine of the ancients to the bread of the living, every sacred meal in Armenia begins with lavash. Soft, thin, and baked in the earthen toner, this simple bread carries the warmth of generations. Recognized by UNESCO in 2014 as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, lavash remains a living ritual. To the Armenian people, lavash is the breath of God, a symbol of life, hospitality, and blessing. In every home, the making of lavash is both labor and prayer. And should a piece of lavash fall to the ground, it is lifted, kissed, and placed to the forehead, an unspoken gratitude for the gift of sustenance. At weddings, it is placed on the shoulders of the bride and groom as a blessing from the ancestors, a reminder that in Armenia, bread is also the soul of the home itself. Thus, more than a dish, lavash is the cultural lifeblood, the heartbeat of a people, a living testimony to the resilience and profound gratitude of Armenians throughout the ages. There was a time when Armenia's light burned not just in temples, but across continents. In the 1st century before Christ, under the reign of Tigranes the Great, Armenia stood at the height of its power, an empire stretching from the Black Sea to the Mediterranean. For a brief but brilliant moment, this mountain nation became the strongest force in the Middle East, bold enough to challenge both Rome and Parthia, the superpowers of its age. Its capital, Artashat, was said to be designed by Hannibal, the legendary Carthaginian general, a symbol of Armenia's openness to the world and its refined sense of statecraft. Though the empire eventually fell to history's tides, its echoes remain. Fortresses, ancient walls, and the enduring legends of Tigranes still mark the Armenian landscape. Reminders that long before the modern nations of Europe took shape, a kingdom from these highlands once ruled from sea to shining sea. Older than Rome, Yerevan stands as one of the world's oldest continuously inhabited cities, founded in 782 BC on the ruins of the ancient fortress of Erebuni. Every city has a birthplace. For Yerevan, it was a fortress called Erebuni. Built by the Urartian king Argishti I, it served as a stronghold to command the fertile lands of the Ararat Valley. Stone inscriptions in cuneiform still survive, carved into basalt and sun-dried brick, recording the royal decree to build the city, the earliest written evidence of Yerevan's origin. The fortress itself follows a terraced design, with walls rising layer by layer up the hill, and at its heart once stood a temple dedicated to Haldi, the supreme god of war in the Urartian pantheon. More than 2 millennia later, Erebuni remains a national symbol, the cornerstone of Armenian history. In 2018, Yerevan celebrated its 2,800th anniversary, honoring the ancient fortress where the story of the capital first began. Today, the site stands as one of Armenia's most important archaeological landmarks, where every stone still whispers the first name of Yerevan. No matter how much the future may develop, the past remains an indelible memory, a scar that will never heal, deeply etched into the history and soul of a people. Zvartnots is where the Armenian heart sobs, where the echoes of tragedy forever haunt, a painful reminder of the Armenian genocide. Between 1915 and 1917, hundreds of thousands of Armenians were forcibly deported, driven on foot across the Syrian desert. Along the way came massacres, starvation, disease, and exhaustion. A systematic destruction that claimed the lives of an estimated 1 to 1.5 million people. High above Yerevan, Zvartnots stands in silence to honor them. At its center stands a 144-foot stele, symbolizing the rebirth of a nation that refused to disappear. Surrounding it, 12 basalt slabs lean inward around an eternal flame, representing the 12 lost provinces of historic Armenia, the lands left empty after the genocide. Beneath the memorial lies the Armenian Genocide Museum, where documents, letters, and survivors' testimonies preserve the truth of what happened. Each year, on April 24th, hundreds of thousands walk here in solemn pilgrimage, carrying flowers and quiet prayers. From grief to guardianship, Armenia's story rises again in the figure of Mother Armenia, the colossal statue that watches over Yerevan from Victory Park. Standing 151 feet tall, she holds a sword not raised in battle, but pointed downward, a symbol that true strength lies in peace. Erected in 1950, the statue replaced a former monument of Stalin, transforming a symbol of oppression into one of resilience and national pride. At her feet stands the Military Museum of Armenia, preserving the nation's long struggle for survival and freedom. For many Armenians, she is the silent guardian of the capital, a reminder that even after centuries of loss, Armenia still stands unbroken. "17 centuries after a kingdom first turned toward the cross, a new light rose again over Yerevan, the Cathedral of St. Gregory the Illuminator. Built to commemorate 1,700 years since Armenia became the world's first Christian nation, the Cathedral of St. Gregory the Illuminator stands as a modern testament to an ancient faith. Completed in 2001, the complex consists of 3 main structures: the Grand Cathedral, the Chapel of King Tiridates III, and the Chapel of St. Gregory himself. They form one of the largest religious complexes in the Caucasus, with a capacity of nearly 1,700 worshippers. Inside rests the holy relics of St. Gregory the Illuminator, the man who brought Christianity to Armenia and forever changed the nation's spiritual destiny. His bones, once carried across centuries of exile and devotion, now lie in the heart of Yerevan, a bridge between the faith of the past and the prayers of today. Rising like a modern mountain of stone and light, the Cascade Complex is Yerevan's most iconic architectural landmark, a vast stairway carved from pale travertine that climbs toward the city's northern hills. The structure unfolds through multiple levels of terraces, each adorned with sculptures, fountains, and mosaics, blending monumental scale with the intimacy of art. As the terraces rise, each platform opens into a new vista, geometric gardens, flowing fountains, and sculptures that catch the light in shifting patterns. From its highest steps, the city stretches out below like a living canvas, where stone, art, and sky merge into one. Long before Rome built its cathedrals, Etchmiadzin rose from the plains of the Ararat Valley, the first cathedral in the history of Christianity. Built soon after Armenia adopted the faith in 301 AD, it became the spiritual heart of a nation and the cradle of its enduring belief. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, Etchmiadzin is the embodiment of Armenia's spiritual soul, the place where faith first took form and has never faded. According to tradition, the site was revealed in a divine vision to Saint Gregory the Illuminator, who saw Christ descending to earth and striking the ground with a golden hammer, the place where the church should be built. From that vision came its name, Etchmiadzin, meaning the descent of the only begotten. Today, the cathedral serves as the seat of the Catholicos of all Armenians, the supreme head of the Armenian Apostolic Church, guiding millions of faithful around the world. Within its walls are preserved some of Christianity's most sacred relics, including the spear said to have pierced Christ's side, fragments of Noah's Ark, and relics of the apostles. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Etchmiadzin stands not only as a church, but as the very embodiment of Armenia's soul, a place where faith first took form and never faded. Just west of Yerevan, between Etchmiadzin and the distant outline of Mount Ararat, stand the haunting ruins of Zvartnots Cathedral, one of the most remarkable monuments of early Christian Armenia. Built in the 7th century, Zvartnots, meaning celestial angels, broke from traditional church design. Its three-tiered circular structure crowned with a vast dome was revolutionary, blending vision, faith, and artistry in a way unseen before. Though the cathedral collapsed long ago, its stone columns and angelic carvings still evoke its former glory. Today, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Zvartnots remains a timeless testament to Armenia's architectural genius and spiritual devotion. South of Yerevan, near the Turkish border, rises Khor Virap, one of Armenia's most sacred pilgrimage sites. Perched on a hill against the snow-capped majesty of Mount Ararat, the monastery is as symbolic as it is spiritual. It was here that Saint Gregory the Illuminator was imprisoned for 13 years in a deep underground pit before miraculously healing King Tigranes III, an event that led to Armenia's conversion to Christianity in 3001 AD. Making it the first Christian nation in the world. Its central church stands in quiet dignity, built from warm-toned tough stone that glows under the sunlight. The conical dome, resting on a cylindrical drum, rises above the small courtyard, a familiar silhouette in Armenia's sacred landscape. Beneath the main chapel lies the pit of imprisonment, a narrow, vertical chamber about 20 feet deep, accessible by ladder. With its stone walls and timeless stillness, Khor Virap remains a testament to Armenia's faith, a place where the story of a nation's conversion still resonates beneath the shadow of Mount Ararat. In the silence of the Ararat Mountains, Garni still catches the first light, the temple of a sun once worshipped long before the cross arrived. Built in the 1st century AD under King Tigranes I, the temple was dedicated to Mir, the Armenian god of the sun. Its design, inspired by Greco-Roman architecture, stands apart as the only surviving pagan temple in all of the Caucasus. Rising on a basalt cliff above the Azat River gorge, Garni is a masterpiece of harmony and proportion, ionic columns, carved pediments, and symmetry in volcanic stone. The sunlight that fills its portico still feels like an echo from another era. When Armenia embraced Christianity in 301 AD, most pagan sanctuaries were destroyed. Yet Garni endured, perhaps because it served later as a royal summer retreat. Or perhaps because even faith recognized its beauty. The sun no longer burns for worship here, yet every stone still holds its warmth. Deep in the heart of Armenia's Rocky Mountains, there is a place that defies the laws of human creation, a sacred space that blends perfectly with nature, where the legendary spear, the sacred evidence that pierced the side of Jesus, was once kept. That is the Geghard Monastery, known as Geghard, meaning Monastery of the Spear. This name is forever associated with the sacred spear relic, a testament to faith and sacrifice. Although the spear has now been moved to Etchmiadzin, its spirit and power remain here, making Geghard one of the most sacred and unique monasteries in Armenia and recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Step inside and you are in a world of fantastic architecture, with halls and chapels carved deep into the caves, harmoniously combined with majestic structures. It is this unique combination that has created a sacred space with magical echoes. Every hymn sung is not only heard by the ears, but also felt by the soul. The song seems to be embraced by the cliff itself, then echoes forever in space. Throughout the monastery, khachkars and elaborately carved reliefs tell ancient stories, not only art but also the voice of a deep faith, turning Geghard into an eternal whisper in the mountains and forests. Not far from Geghard, the mountains open into one of Armenia's most striking natural wonders, the Azat Canyon, where nature itself seems to echo the rhythm of creation. Here, towering basalt cliffs rise in perfect hexagonal columns, as if carved by the hand of an ancient architect. Locals call it the Symphony of Rocks, for its shape resembles giant organ pipes, a geological masterpiece created by millions of years of erosion and the violent tectonic forces of ancient volcanic eruptions, not by human hands. These vertical pillars were shaped by slowly cooling lava flows, crystallized into columns that catch the light and shadow like the keys of a silent instrument. Standing below these vast formations, one can almost hear the land itself sing, a timeless hymn that has echoed through Armenia's mountains since the dawn of its creation. We have just passed the scent of the earth to another place, filled with the aroma of grape wine in the air. In the southern valleys of Zvartnots Cathedral lies Areni, a quiet village that has been making wine for thousands of years. The ancient Areni variety is the lifeblood of Armenian winemaking, carrying the same lineage that once filled the world's oldest wine cellar nearby. Every year, on the first Saturday of October, the village awakens to celebrate. The Areni Wine Festival transforms the narrow streets into rivers of color, music, and laughter. From all over the country, tourists and locals gather to taste ruby red wines from all over Armenia. From long-standing family vineyards to young winemakers reviving age-old traditions, along with stories sealed in oak, where every drop tells the journey of soil, sun, and time. Laughter mingles with music, and the air itself feels alive with warmth and pride. At the heart of the festival is the ancient ritual of grape stomping, feet purple with juice, echoing the rhythm of harvest songs passed down for generations. It is a tribute to Armenia's enduring spirit, where labor becomes joy and tradition flows like wine. Hidden within the dramatic heart of Armenia's Zvartnots Cathedral province, Noravank Monastery unfolds like a vision from another era, a sanctuary of faith carved into the veins of time itself. Built in the 13th century under the patronage of the Orbelian dynasty, one of medieval Armenia's most powerful nobles, this sacred complex stands proudly among towering red limestone cliffs that blaze with color at sunset. Every wall, every stone arch here bears the mark of deep devotion, where the khachkars are carved as delicately as pages of the Bible in stone. Although time has eroded, each line still carries prayers that have been weathered by time, but still contain a vivid, profound meaning. Beneath its sacred grounds lie the tombs of the Orbelian princes, guardians of both culture and creed, watched over by angels carved from the same rock that built their world. Its structures, built in unique Armenian style, are a harmonious blend of tradition and innovation. At the heart of the complex, the two-story church of Surb Astvatsatsin, Holy Mother of God, designed by the renowned architect Momik, stands as a masterwork of engineering. The high vaulted ceilings and intricately carved stone facades are a testament to the architectural genius of the time. The most prominent feature of this church is the two-story facade, where the upper and lower parts intertwine to create the unique and special features of the domes and reliefs. The interiors, although modest by some standards, are bathed in natural light that filters through narrow windows, casting long shadows and bringing an ethereal glow to the khachkars inside. As the sun sinks behind the red canyons, light spills across the monastery like liquid fire. Noravank is a living symbol of Armenia's eternal spirit. Nestled among majestic mountains, Jermuk is no ordinary place. It is the regenerating heart of Armenia, where miraculous waters flow from the earth, carrying healing energy and pure beauty that have existed since ancient times. Jermuk hot springs, rich in essential minerals, are famed for their therapeutic properties. The waters here are believed to aid in digestion and provide relief for those suffering from musculoskeletal issues. Bathing in the steaming waters or sipping from the various mineral springs scattered throughout the town offers a rejuvenating experience, a chance to cleanse both body and soul. Towering above the town, Jermuk Waterfall cascades grace from a height over 220 feet, one of the tallest waterfalls in Armenia. The waterfall's crystalline waters plummet into the canyon below, creating a stunning spectacle, particularly during the spring and summer months when the surrounding landscape comes alive with vibrant greenery and colorful wildflowers. The sight of the water tumbling over jagged rocks, paired with the crisp mountain air, evokes a sense of serenity and awe. As Jermuk Waterfall glistens under the sunlight, it serves as a reminder of the timeless beauty of nature, a place where the land's natural forces, both healing and majestic, come together in perfect harmony. Amidst the forgotten stories of humanity, there is an architectural and spiritual treasure that still stands tall. Tatev Monastery is more than just a religious sanctuary. It is a living symbol of Armenia's spiritual and intellectual heritage. Founded in the 9th century, Tatev became a prominent center of learning and faith, housing the University of Tatev, the largest university and library of medieval Armenia. Scholars, theologians, and artists gathered here to preserve and expand Armenia's rich cultural and religious legacy, making it a beacon of knowledge in an era of religious and philosophical enlightenment. The monastery's architecture, a striking example of classic Armenian design, rises majestically against the rugged landscape. Its vaulted domes and stone walls, built from golden-hued tuff, gleam in the sunlight, creating a stunning contrast with the surrounding lush greenery. The intricate carvings of Khachkars, statues of saints, and beautiful reliefs adorning the walls add to the monastery's ethereal beauty. Their fine details capturing the essence of Armenia's deeply rooted Christian identity. It stood as the spiritual heart of the country for centuries, its halls resonating with prayers, hymns, and intellectual discourse. As one of the most famous Christian monasteries in Armenia, Tatev became a symbol of faith, perseverance, and the nation's undying devotion to God. Though the monastery endured devastating damage during the course of Armenia's turbulent history, suffering from invasions and wars, it has been meticulously restored and preserved over time. Today, Tatev Monastery stands as a monumental testament to the resilience of Armenian faith and culture, its rebuilt structures safeguarding the rich legacy of knowledge and belief that have shaped the soul of Armenia for over 1,000 years. What if your house wasn't built, but carved out of the mountain itself? Khndzoresk, a little-known name in Armenia, is the answer. It is a wonder of adaptation, where life has taken root in the rock, creating a mysterious legacy that transcends time. The village, steeped in centuries of history, is famed for its cave dwellings, a testament to the resilience of its people. The majority of the old village was carved directly into the cliffs and caves of the surrounding mountains, creating a unique community that lived harmoniously with the stone, a connection with nature that endured for generations. Residents once inhabited these natural caves, fashioning homes, workshops, and even places of worship within the rock. The landscape surrounding Khndzoresk is nothing short of spectacular. The towering cliffs, weathered by centuries of erosion, rise dramatically above the village, creating a natural fortress of rock and earth. Verdant hills, wildflowers, and the meandering river below complete the breathtaking scenery, which makes this village feel both timeless and tucked away in another world. The village's connection to the outside world, especially in earlier times, was facilitated by the iconic Khndzoresk suspension bridge, a span of roughly 525 feet, which has stood for more than 50 years. This wooden and steel bridge once served as the sole pathway for villagers to reach neighboring towns, linking them to the broader world in a way that was as precarious as it was essential. Today, the bridge remains standing, a relic of the past and a symbol of the endurance of the village's people. Its rusted chains and wooden planks whispering the stories of those who relied on it for survival. Although newer infrastructure has since connected the village to the outside world, the suspension bridge continues to draw visitors, offering a vivid glimpse into the village's unique heritage. In addition to its architectural and historical wonders, the Shunnik region, with its rugged terrain, is also home to a number of rare animal species. Notably, the Caucasus leopard, one of the world's most endangered big cats, still persists in its remote mountain areas. Along with that, the Bezoar mountain goat, with its majestic horns, skillfully moves up steep cliffs, symbolizing the strength and extraordinary adaptability in the harsh nature of Armenia. Geghard unfolds around the vast, glimmering waters of Lake Sevan, a realm of still waters and timeless serenity. Often called the Blue Pearl of Armenia, Sevan sits at an altitude of nearly 6,200 feet above sea level and covers more than 500 square miles. Its waters glinting like liquid sapphire beneath the high mountain sun. The lake's ever-changing hues, from deep cobalt to bright turquoise. For centuries, Sevan has been a source of life, faith, and legend, sustaining nearby villages and inspiring poets, artists, and travelers alike. On its northwestern shore lies the city of Sevan. Once a quiet lakeside settlement, it has grown into a beloved summer retreat and gateway to the lake's pristine beauty. Its tree-lined avenues, small cafes, and fishing boats moored along the shoreline offer a peaceful rhythm of daily life. Rising from a small peninsula that once was an island stands Zvartnots Monastery, a sacred complex that gazes out across the vastness of the lake. Founded in the 9th century, the monastery was originally built as a place of solitude for hermit monks who sought to live apart from worldly life. Over time, it became one of the most important centers of learning and faith in medieval Armenia. The monastery's architecture reflects the classical Armenian medieval style: conical domes, thick basalt walls, and modest symmetrical forms that evoke purity and spiritual focus. The dark, volcanic stone from which it is built stands in striking contrast to the lake's luminous blue surface, creating a scene of serene harmony between earth, water, and faith. Surrounding the complex are khachkars, intricately carved stone crosses, each one unique. At dawn, when the first light spills across the lake, Zvartnots glows with an almost otherworldly beauty. The water below mirrors the pale gold of sunrise, and the monastery's silhouette cuts against the sky, silent, timeless, and steadfast. Amid the misty valleys of Lori, the twin monasteries of Haghpat and Sanahin rise as solemn witnesses of Armenia's spiritual and artistic golden age. In 1996, both were declared World Heritage Sites by UNESCO, recognizing them as masterpieces combining Byzantine architectural influences with local Caucasian traditions, and as fine examples of medieval Armenian religious architecture. Haghpat Monastery, built around the year 976 during the Bagratid dynasty, under King Ashot the Merciful and Queen Khosrow-Anuish, embodies the elegance of 10th to 13th century Armenian sacred design. Its main church, the Church of the Holy Sign, marked a turning point in Armenian architecture, with its majestic dome resting on 4 massive pillars symbolizing the harmony between heaven and earth, faith and intellect. Surrounding the church are remnants of monastic life. A library, small chapels, and a scriptorium where monks once copied sacred manuscripts by hand, preserving the spiritual and scholarly heritage of their era. Across the Daybed Gorge is Sanahin Monastery, whose name literally means, "This one is older than that," referring to the comparison with Haghpat. Sanahin once served as the administrative and spiritual hub of the Kurikyan branch of the Bagratid dynasty. In the 10th and 11th centuries, housing a renowned academy, library, and scriptoria that nurtured Armenia's theological and intellectual life. Within its stone courtyards lie over 50 kachkars, intricately carved cross stones that embody the soul of Armenian devotion and artistry. Haghpat and Sanahin remain living symbols of Armenia's enduring faith and creative spirit, where every arch and pillar whispers of a civilization that turned its mountains into sanctuaries. If you are looking for peace, come with us and feel the cool breeze from the pine forests. Watch the mirror-like lake surface at the foot of the green mountains of Dilijan National Park, Switzerland of Armenia in Tavush province. Covering more than 90 square miles, this national treasure shelters one of Armenia's richest ecosystems. Its vast woodlands include oak, beech and hornbeam forests, as well as rare pockets of yew trees, some of which have stood for centuries. At the heart of the park lies Pars Lake, also known as Pars Lich, meaning clear lake. A mirror-like body of water that reflects the surrounding forest and sky. In autumn, its shores blaze with gold and amber hues. In winter, mist curls over the frozen surface, wrapping the scene in silence and mystery. More than just natural beauty, Dilijan is also a mecca of history and spirituality. Nestled among the trees is the Haghpat Monastery, with its stone domes rising to bear witness to the ups and downs of history. Meanwhile, the nearby Noravank Monastery recalls the intellectual and artistic glory of medieval Armenia, home to some of the country's most exquisite khachkars. To wander through Dilijan is to witness the soul of Armenia itself, where every stream and forest path carries a quiet reminder of peace, renewal, and reverence for the living world. Winding through the misty forests of Tavush, the road west leads to Gyumri. A historic city steeped in the echoes of resilience and indomitability. At the center of Gyumri, Armenia's cultural and spiritual capital, stands the magnificent Church of the Holy Savior. A masterpiece of faith. Built from black tuff stone, the volcanic rock characteristic of the Shirak region. The church embodies the bold elegance of Armenian ecclesiastical architecture. Its tall domes and intricate facades rise proudly above the city skyline, their shadows cast across cobbled streets. Just steps away lies Vardanants Square. Named in honor of Vardan Mamikonian, the heroic commander who led Armenia's defense of its Christian faith at the Battle of Avarer in 451. The square serves as a reminder of courage and conviction. Surrounded by historic buildings, cafes, and government halls, the square is where the soul of the city gathers. A place for festivals, concerts, and national celebrations. As the last images of Armenia fade away, what remains is not just beauty or history, but a profound sense of time. From ancient monasteries to vibrant cities, Armenia has proven that there are souls that never give up. Its name into eternity. But what remains when the kingdom turns to ashes? When silence becomes the last language of a civilization? Time has covered the glory with dust, but cannot erase the legend. In the sand, in the stone, there are still the souls of those who refuse to yield. People call this place a ruin. But perhaps this is where history still lives. Persia is the memory of an empire. And Iran is the next chapter that history is still writing. Long before Rome rose or the Great Wall stretched across China, there was Persia. At its height, the Achaemenid Empire was the largest the world had ever seen. Spanning 3 continents, from the banks of the Nile to the mountains of Central Asia, from the Aegean Sea to the gates of India. It was an empire built not just on military might, but on ideas, religious tolerance, administrative innovation, and cultural exchange. The Persians connected distant lands through royal roads, regarded the customs of conquered peoples, and ruled with a system so advanced that its echoes can still be felt in modern governance. And if the empire's soul was expressed through ideas, its spirit was immortalized in stone in Persepolis. The ceremonial heart of the Achaemenid Empire, a city formed with grandeur, built to reflect the reverence of gods and the ambition of kings. Set upon the scorched plains of Fars, Persepolis was born